what's happening? What's happening, yo? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I know it's early, but yeah, some things just can't get wait to address, So that how I'm rocking. So yeah, Oyo Tunji, the Gullah Geechee Yoruba village. So that this morning, the day clean, we gonna get into um Oyo Tunji. I woke up this morning hearing some misinformation, you know. As far as the village and everything. Big up, not a coincidence. He traveled over there to some weirdos channels and whatnot. And for some of my viewers, y'all not gonna know these certain people or certain topics, and thankfully that's a good thing. But for other my viewers and my peoples and whatnot, we already know what we've been dealing with for the past 5 years. For you know what I'm saying. So yeah, legendary bottom kitten, he wants to spew misinformation about the village and everything, and I'm just not having that, you know. So yeah, we're gonna get right on into it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, for sure. Hmm. Not again. Are you for real? No sound, people. No sound, people. Y'all saying no sound, man, for real? Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Tough. That's all. You about to get to it. They ain't about to stop this. They is not about to stop this, y'all. Ain't about to stop this. They about to get all this smoke. Y'all hear that? You better get to it. You better get to it. Say this one more time, man. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Let's start from the beginning in Detroit. Just very briefly summarize your father's history and his impact on the African cultural restoration movement.
Okay. His Royal Majesty Oba Osejima Adefumi was born Walter Eugene King in Black Bottom, Detroit in 1928. His father was a part of the Marcus Garvey movement. They sold their family furniture store to buy shares in the company. And early on, young Serge, if you will, or young Walter learned that up you mighty race, you can achieve what you will. And from that day on, he sought to find the spirituality of African people so that he could, so that that can be used as a vehicle to uplift the people, just like Marcus Garvey always said. And so, moving forward, His Highness discovered that his mission in life was to restore the culture of Africa approximately at the age of 14. He joined the Catherine Dunham dance troupe and traveled to Haiti.
Was he a dancer already?
No, was not a dancer. He learned. He took up modeling, posing and modeling and drafting at the Detroit Urban League, and of course he took up drafting as commercial architecture, not commercial art, commercial art at Cass Tech here in Detroit. And then he traveled to Haiti in 1948, I believe. He was 20 years old, and then the next year he traveled to Egypt, and that's when he was opened up to the solid forms, or to the meat and potatoes of African culture and religion. And once he realized that it did exist and it was just as ancient as everything else, he came back to the United States, fired up, and joined some organizations, the various organizations to promote African culture, the Pioneer Movement, and he also joined the Republic of New Africa.
Carlos Cook's movement. He was part of that.
Yes, he was part of that movement with Carlos Cooks and the African Pioneer Movement, which they disassembled further down the road, of course, but it was just a family squabble going forward. And then he traveled to Cuba after meeting a Puerto Rican friend who had friends in Cuba, traveled to Cuba in 1959 and became initiated or ordained in African spirituality. Returning to the U.S., fired up once again. I mean, this time he had to be really fired up because he started creating African clothes, opened up African markets, gave people African names, giving people the traditional African beads. And of course, the people who sent him to Cuba, the African Spanish people, African Spanish-speaking people, really didn't like the fact that Adefumi was spreading his culture far and wide, because it was supposed to be sort of like a Cosa Nostra, or something that is extremely for us. Something that is closed off, but he opened it up, opened the avenues to all Black people. And so they told him, they said, look, you can be initiated into this culture. You're kind of light skinned like us. We know you're probably like one of us anyway. You're not really a Black guy, so to speak. So let me tell you something. Don't give this culture, this religion to the Black Americans, because they won't understand it. And that fueled him even further to go out and recruit African people, bring them in and have them be a part of this particular movement. And there was one attempt on his life. We're not sure how it conspired or who was responsible for it, but nonetheless, it was seen to be one of those things that His Majesty was not giving away, but putting on the world stage this African tradition that many wanted to keep clandestine and under wraps. And so he went forward despite all of the criticism. And despite all of the backbiting and infighting, he went on to move to South Carolina to open up and establish a community whereby the worship, the preservation of African traditional culture and religion could take place. So they opened up on approximately 5 or 6 acres of country property or heirs property in South Carolina, and they began to build huts and houses, make babies. The children ran on the property. They had wells. They just totally off the grid. And then, of course, further down the line, a few years later, they were ejected from that piece of property. So they had to tear down their homes and move board by board about 4 miles to the new site that they had purchased. And of course, once they moved to that low country area in South Carolina, the local people are so African still that they looked out for them. They said, look, Serge, you got a problem with that land? Come over here. I got another piece of land I could sell you. And so they sold him a piece of property for approximately $500 at the time. And some of that was food stamps and people's life savings and nickels and dimes and quarters. And he purchased the land and began to build the Oyotunji community as it stands today. And so today, Oyotunji stands as a monastery.
So when people talk all this sideways stuff about, don't make me show you who funded him, it was Gullah Geechee Black people that showed us South Carolina who funded him. Facts. There's no way around that. Miss me with all the weirdo internet talk shit, bro. Like people ain't never been down here, ain't never come down here, none of that. But want to talk about what? But this is the current king right now, the son of the man being in question in these YouTube streets. Make it make sense to me, bro. The black Gullah Geechee people in Sheldon, South Carolina funded him. You just heard it. Scraped up everything they could, man. That's how we rocking anyway. That's how we been doing it. The reason why he went down there. What are you talking about?
And that was His Majesty's vision, was that this African village would be a monastery whereby all African people and descendants, people who can trace their lineage to Africa post slave trade and all of that, can come and learn how their people lived, what made their people great, how their people lived without jails, how their people lived without old folks' homes, and how they lived without juvenile homes and all of these social services that we have today. And so Oyotunji stands today as a monastery and a monument to Africans in this country. Name one monument built to African ancestors in this country that speaks to who they were. Not like something that somebody made to try to talk about the entire slave trade, but something that speaks exactly to who those people were. And so Oyotunji is that monument here in the United States that was built by African Americans from across the United States. And it still stands today as a crucible of African culture. And it is a cultural edifice. It seems imposing sometimes because most African things are imposing to Western society, but we continue to raise families. We have a strong gardening component today as part of the reason why we're in Detroit now. We are going into sustainable building. And so we're going to be taking up some different areas, techniques of sustainability to move us forward in the future and keep us relevant to the times and let people know that, yeah, African people and African culture can sustain me.
Chief Olaton, would you add your perspective to this?
I would love to do so. It's not an accident that while the movement was going on in cultural restoration, that Daba Efuntula Adefumi I was kind of, even though it was spreading in the cultural world, it was largely hidden from the general population. While that was going on, the Nation of Islam was expanding by leaps and bounds. The civil rights, quote unquote, movement was expanding by leaps and bounds. And Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad were in the news all of the time. King Adefumi was not. I mean, every so often there would be newspaper articles. There were articles in Jet and Ebony and Sepia and magazines like that, but it was largely seen as a very bizarre or exotic or strange, occultish kind of movement. But if we look at the long-lasting impact on the cultural restoration or the cultural redemption movement, is how it applies to Africans today, that people have changed their mindset. So what Abba Funtula brought back to the African born in America was a different psychology, a different sociology, a different worldview. Because up until that point in time, for someone to mention God and Africa in the same breath was seen as either they were out of their mind or they were blasphemous. That Africa didn't have any gods. It was called the Black Continent. But with the return of the deities of Africa also came with them a philosophy that Africa was the center of the world, a psychology that says we can be our own men and women and view the world through African eyes. Our own sociology. How do we bring children in the world? How do we name them? How do we set them up and teach them in school? How do we then send them through their puberty rites of passage? Because at that age, that is a critical age and stage in a person's life and development. So young boys who come into that age grade, then they must be taught, trained, guided to learn how to hunt, how to fish, how to sew, how to make something with their hands, how to be able to be secure enough to sleep in the woods by yourself, how to identify indigenous wild vegetation and what the medicinal uses are for, and all of those types of things, and develop and have good character. All of that is within the cultural milieu or the cultural architecture. And that is what Abba Adefumi brought back when he decided to go to Matanzas, Cuba and get initiated August 26, 1959, and bring that back with him. May not have even realized it at the time himself, but when he really got into it, or when the Ashe or the Orisha got into him, then all of this came back out. And this has been largely hidden up until the founding of Oyotunji, I would think. Then it began these institutions, because Adefumi says that it must live beyond me, even though a king never dies. But at the same time, it must not be personality based. It must be institution based. So institutions were established at Oyotunji: Men's Society, Women's Society, Public Works Society, artist guilds, craft guilds, business guilds, the various priesthood guilds and temples. So all of these institutions have been established. And Adefumi said that it'll take 100 years before this becomes fully functioning and a smooth operating organization in the sense of cultural restoration movement. We're from 1959 till now, what 50 some years in, 53, 54 years in. So we're a little over halfway, and we're seeing the impact of it on our people throughout America and the world. Because even in Africa, the Africans were throwing their culture away hand over fist. Oh, we don't want that. That's old. That's not any good for us anymore. We'll claim another spiritual tradition. And that is what has us in our situation now. And that is what have them in their situation. In West Africa, Nigeria is an example. They are one of the largest producers of oil in the world. I think 6th. They don't refine any of their oil. So they have to ship it out somewhere in Europe and whatnot, and then have it refined and then brought back into their own country.
We got the origins of that shit, right? So when people try to tell you, oh no, who funded them? Don't make me tell you who funded them. Don't make me tell you who funded them. Who? Who y'all gonna say? The black people in Shelton, South Carolina. Facts. Facts. That's why I'm on 1,000 this morning, yo. Like, these dudes talking about a whole bunch of fucking weirdo shit, man. Like, leave my culture out y'all weirdo talking points, yo. What's going on? Like 3 years I've been beating this dude up, man. Shit crazy, bro. Shit crazy. I ain't even done. I gotta warm up because I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. Get early in the morning. I gotta finish my workout, man. I'm off today. I'm chilling. Look at this flam shit, man. Where we at? Right here. Right here. Right here.
Nice to meet you,
Gabo, how are you?
I'm very well. Say hi. Yes, and I'm gonna go and assist. We'll be right back out.
We did right your back one more game inside this your kingdom of oil to do a day in the Gullah Geechee Nation. So Hanachilla no say this year the Gullah Geechee Nation Appreciation Week 2018. So we gonna get it from the Oba of Oyo Tunji and the woman. Okay, what day the king of this show village now. So 100 children that come to the Gullah Geechee Nation, and 100 many times 100 children will know about what with the Yoruba and all of this shit thing. This shit is the place where they be in the Gullah Geechee Nation. So if you're coming through, you're coming down the King's Highway, come to the King, the Oba, Oyo Tunji. And so 100 children, you know if you're there with me, 100 go and know what's going on. So tune in.
Peace to you, yo. Peace. Musa, what's happening, yo? Big up Philly, man. Hey, I'm gonna give you a little rundown, yo. Legendary Bottom Kitten. You remember him on Clubhouse? They call him Top Cat, Legendary Bottom Kitten. So last night, he was in these YouTube streets, right? Talking about some Oyotunji, the Gullah Geechee, Yoruba, African village, right? In Shelton, South Carolina. He was trying to insinuate that it was funded and it had some interesting origins, for lack of better words, right? Very, very, very disrespectful to the ancestors, right? So long story short, what I did this morning, you had just missed it. The first video I played was the current king, the man in question, his son, who's the current king right now, the current Oba, I should say, of Oyotunji in Shelton, South Carolina. He gave the origins of it, right? And anything that's otherwise is not right and exact. You feel what I'm saying? That is the primary. There's no way around that, and that's a fact. And as far as who funded it and what land it's on and all these black people and whatnot, here I have Queen Quet holding it down for the Gullah Geechee corridor, the nation and whatnot. She had Punda body. You feel me? This how we rocking up here. This day clean. You know? So yeah, here we go.
But yet, what going on right here in Oyotunji and how they celebrate who we be, the Gullah Geechee. Or
Laugh Yoruba.
I
Laugh
keep hearing
Yoruba.
this word Alafia. Did I not my last video show y'all where that come from? African word. Big up Lorenzo without turner. I ain't gonna keep stopping it though. Hana.
I wanted to do. I'm so glad to see you on again. Yeah, 2 times in 1 weekend. In 1 weekend. I tell all the people I talk, we keep doing this.
Yes, we have to keep doing this. So
Yeah, man, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Mm.
the protector, because you know he had to do a lot of work with the aqua. And the people trying to bring the port in and sneak the port in on the Gullah Geechee people. You know how they do it in the port thing and put one. So you know, y'all give you the strength to continue to protect the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, my oh, very rare combination.
Big up
Obatala.
Obatala sit on my
Solo.
head.
Yeah, my
Omo Obatala.
Yes,
Big up.
protector. Yes, like
Absolutely.
cookie.
Absolutely.
Oh man, what's
Take it.
going on?
Mm.
I hit the damn table too hard. Mm.
Like to take it.
Internet, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we're not on y'all phone. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, as y'all see, man, Queen Quet right there. Oh, yeah, Tunji. Am I still alive? Oh man, I just had a whole Danny moment. Yo, that's crazy. But yeah.
Yo, yo, that's crazy, yo. Y'all can hear me? Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. I don't know, people. That's crazy. But shit, man. As we saw, Origins Oyo Tunji, man. Brother from Detroit. Got initiated in the islands in the Caribbean, right? Came back, spread it, needed a place to with like-minded people. I mean, if you're trying to get African in America, where you gonna go? To the corridor, So boom, that's what he did. Those people in the corridor, big up shout out South Carolina, right? Came together and got this land. So boom, and that's that. That's the funding. Can't nobody say different, yo. And that's just what it is, you know. Big up Queen Quet, as y'all see, Queen Quet in the Oba. Cool, man. I don't know how or why that video. I don't know, but yeah, that's that. But at the same time, I do know everybody can't be playing with Queen Quet videos, and I respect it. And I'm cool with it. You feel me? So boom, that's that. But at the same time, the link to that video is in the description. You feel me? Big up Kwame, Omo Batala, all day, every day. Y'all know. So, and that's that, man. I'm like, yeah, I heard that last night, and I'm like, man, I ain't going for it. But I'm gonna put the link in real quick. You can chop it up if y'all get a chance. I've been going live a little bit lately, and at the same time, check out the shorts and the community page, my posts and whatnot. Because the lives go in the Pacific section, everything go in the Pacific section. You feel me? But yeah, but appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I'm glad everybody know what they clean mean. At the same time, I've been telling y'all about honor. Y'all heard that Queen Quinn said that about 5 times in 10 seconds. You feel me? So yeah. Y'all heard a lot for y'all. I showed y'all where that came from in the last video. Mm-hmm. And we out here. We definitely out here, yo. I appreciate y'all. All y'all day ones too, yo, for real. So it's gonna look like a rich party, but shit, man, like everybody here been rock shit. It's been years. We've been grinding and whatnot. At the same time, I already know. Y'all gonna, y'all come here, get some shit about the culture, man. It's all like minds and whatnot. We had one weirdo the other night, sharp, but yeah, that ain't nothing. That was nothing. People just gonna be weird for no reason. You know how that go. So yeah, I mean shit, yo, it's Gullah Griot TV. Like don't nobody really kick it like how I kick it, bro. And at the same time, pretty much not everybody know how to anyway. And the people that do don't really be involved in these circles as far as like dealing with weirdos and these pseudos and all that stuff. You feel me? So somebody gotta hold it down. People can't be going around talking about the funding. Nigga, I tell you who funded it. The fuck? The Oba is the primary. The fuck? Like these dudes is weird, man. You know, they'll try to debate you about where Geechee come from. And I showed them in the museum on the old Geechee River, the Africans doing African stuff. Even before it came up. That's how I know people just have agendas and whatnot. They don't really be with the information. They do not be with the information. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, yo. Look like don't nobody want to come up. Um, I mean, shit, y'all know it's always something I could show y'all, two source stuff. But shit, the topic is what? You feel me? It ain't gonna be no more videos, I tell you that. That thing crazy. I ain't never been kicked out my street before. I had like a whole day. I can't even talk shit about them no more. I know how that shit is now. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hope it don't get flagged or nothing. But if it do, again, the link to the videos is in the description. And she was gonna get to the part how we chop everything up. So that's why I put it tuned jigger. That's what we call it. Like that's what I'm saying, man. People really, when you really from the culture, it's just certain stuff you know and just certain stuff you do and whatnot. The people get on these internets and try to say certain stuff and they be like, what? Like, bro, what are you talking about, dog? What is you talking about? But yeah, man, that thing hit different over here, for real. And I appreciate y'all. Gullah, Griot, TV, man. We out here. Peace. So them, I mean, shit, for real. Like, that's in my shorts. I made that thing yesterday. You feel me? But we definitely can. We definitely can. Alright. Really good. But if it acting slow, you know my patience ain't all the way there. I don't know why this thing be tripping. Speaking of, and if I just be like, F it, I'm gonna get off and go ahead and finish this workout. Hit that Discord, man. Somebody put the link in for the Gullah Geechee Discord. Go to the what is it? Digital books. Man, listen, yo. Y'all know I go stupid with the books. Y'all know I'm the PDF junkie. You already know whether it be Clubhouse or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Cause that Discord is too lit. I'm gonna keep showing that because that thing is lit, and I'm really trying to build this, the community so we can all, what I'm saying, share information and know about we culture. Is it too much weirdo stuff out here? Way too much. So the book you're talking about, right? It's free online. Y'all know how I used to be able to just share all them books on Clubhouse and whatnot. Just boom, click of a link. Well, that source don't work no more because I done gave it out too much, apparently. Because that thing ain't worked in months for me. So that's why I really recommended Discord. 'Cause I could just send you the link as far as to the book. You know what I mean? And we can keep it rolling. Yeah. But as far as the book, Africanisms in America, Joseph E. Holloway, who is a brother. This book, man, is full of Africanisms, literally, as far as all the documentation, uh, slave ships, the numbers, all of that stuff, man. As y'all see in my shorts, I made a little video yesterday, man. Beat all that stuff up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, hit up the Discord. Yeah, this thing is slow. I ain't about to be sharing it today. To go ahead and call it a wrap. TK, what's happening, bro? What's happening? For real. And at the same, that's when when you start getting into the scholarship, bro, certain names. I'm gonna keep saying Elizabeth Dunning. Like, how the hell does that chick got so many of these fucking primaries, bro? Which leads into a conversation. You know what I'm saying? What's happening, man? We're gonna feel it bigger to the whole PA, you know. But yeah, we out here, man. We out here. So yeah, check out that short. Boom. Um, I think I said I'm gonna do reconstruction coming up, so that's gonna be a good build. And I got links to that in the Discord as well. You feel me? So yeah, so everybody could be up to par or whatnot. Or if you want though any little random tidbit, boom, we can build off something, whatever. hmm That's a fact, man. Man, hit the link, bro. I'll let you in a minute, man. Big brother Ogon was in here. What's happening? Man, but yeah, so you just coming in, right? So the weirdo legendary bottom kitten, right? He wants to talk about Oyo Tunji not being African and how it supposedly got some questionable origins and whatnot and funding. But it's like, nah, bro. I go ahead and nip that all that in the bud. Nip it all in the bud. I had the Oba mean king or leader, whatnot. Boom. And the current Oba, he talked about his father, who's the person in question. Though, like literally though, from beginning to end. Facts. Then the next video, I had Queen Quet at Tunji. You feel me? Boom. With that. So yeah, we out here, man. And Kwame, big up to my old no Batala. I'm telling you, I've been trying to be on my Batala stuff. I don't be trying to cuss everybody out stuff. No, I be trying, represent Gullah Griot TV. That's why I don't be, y'all already, I don't rock with a lot of people anyway. So yeah, that's just how we doing it. And that's how we rocking, man. And at the same time, man, y'all be in tune, man, 'cause I got some stuff on the way. I got some stuff on the way. TK already know what other field that I'm diving into, you know, and that's about to, I'm about to incorporate that into this, as far as the StreamYard stuff. So yeah, man. So yeah, I got some stuff lined up for y'all, and we gonna be pushing this information and beating up these weirdos, man. For real. I hear some random stuff. I'm knocking it out. I ain't going for it. I don't play about the culture. For real, man. And I be having some people slide through, whether they be in the chat actively or just lurking in the whatever the case may be, because it's some heavy hitters. And if y'all peep it, y'all peep it. And I shout them out. But if y'all peep it, y'all peep it, man. Absolutely. So yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer, man. It's about to be 8:30, man. Y'all get your day started. Get this money. Get this information. Do not sleep on this tech world. It's up and coming. I'm telling you, even me, I'm dipping and dabbing in with this Python code and shit. So yeah, I really recommend it. I'm telling you, SQL, whatever the case may be. Mid Journey too, ChatGPT. But just don't use it like the apples. The apples use ChatGPT for history and get beat up. That shit funny to me, man. I'm telling you. Like, for some of these people that view my channel, they don't know about some of all the weirdo stuff that we be dealing with. But for the ones that do, man, listen, yo. At least the what? Come on, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, well, shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd rather go ahead and end it off like that. I came up here for two reasons, yo. You feel me? Like, I heard that stuff. I said, I'm about to play that. I'm about to play that. I'm about to kill all of that. You feel me? So, yeah, we'll be in and out. So, yeah, appreciate y'all, yo. Peace, Black Power. Man, listen. I really hope y'all pay attention to the stuff I be saying. Sometimes I go too fast, rewind it, man. If it's a short, pause it, I'm telling you. And if it's a book that I'm talking about, I'm going to give you the book. Hit the Discord, bro. And get active in the Discord because we can have conversations that lead on the head. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us, everybody I rock with is dope, whether they be in their own way or in a specific field or multiple fields. Facts, yo. Like, I don't be with no dum-dums at all. So, yeah, yo, like, let's get it, man. Let's get it. And all my clubhouse Gullah Geechee pun to poach people, man. What's happening, yo? Leaky, Monte. You already know the usual suspects, bro. Black. You feel me? But yeah, we got that thing, man. Peace, yo.